Today we got our first look at Spec Ops in Modern Warfare 2. So we're going to be talking gameplay details, the missions themselves, as well as the raids Easter egg mode, details on when that's coming, and basically going over every third mode that's replacing zombies in MW2 this year. If, like me, you're really intrigued to finally hear something about Spec Ops, then look no further. Call of Duty released a massive blog earlier today detailing everything with images and much more. So this is apparently an evolution of the Special Ops mode from MW 2019. This is a co-op experience which will initially feature 3 missions at launch, which may sound like a small amount of missions to start with, but these are just the initial, and they'll be adding more and more as the seasons go on, even mentioning that we'll be getting a new one on November 16th for the launch of Season 1 and Warzone 2. The first Spec Ops mission is going to be called Low Profile, where you'll infiltrate a town in the dead of night to uncover intel and evidence left behind by Alcatala before exfiltrating. Stealth is key to survival, and you can see from this shot here that this is well indeed taking place at night, which up until this point we have not seen the Al Mazrah map set at night. It's always been in the daytime for Warzone 2, so this looks really cool, and you can see the main character using some sort of really advanced night vision camera, which is going to be interesting, and the fact that stealth is key to survival is going to be one of those stealth missions. The next mission is going to be called Denied Area, where multiple SAM turrets are preventing reinforcements from entering Al Mazrah. With the help of a vehicle, navigate through the winding streets of a suburb to destroy them, then speed over to the exfil plane to escape, which sounds really fun. Like, there's a lot of action, you'll be kept on your toes. Doesn't sound like it's going to be anything too boring, but the last one sounds absolutely fantastic, and this one is a surprising play on the survival mode from MW3 and MW 2019, which wasn't very well received, but this is a complete mission in its own right called Defender Mount Zaya, which is described as a love letter to fans of survival modes, where you'll be defending an observatory from increasingly difficult waves of enemies attempting to detonate bombs. Between each wave, operators can spend cash to get items such as kill streaks, self-revive kits, and armor plates, which sounds identical in gameplay style to the survival mode, but rather than it being a separate mode, this is now tied within one Spec Ops mission. But I can definitely see they're testing the waters here to see if this is received well in this format, because I'm sure if it is, then they're gonna obviously expand on this and add it into more missions or its own mode entirely. Whilst it seems they have got rid of the specific survival mode itself, they have instead tied it into a Spec Ops mission, which I'm really excited about. You can see from this screenshot, it seems to look like it's set at night again, where you're sort of submerged underwater. It looks really good. But what makes Special Ops so interesting this time around is, rather than you just simply playing the missions, there's actually another sort of meta to it, where you'll have access to a backpack to store equipment and one of 3 kits that are similar to a set of perks, field upgrades, and kill streaks multiplayer. So a bit like a meta of picking like a field upgrade in Cold War Zombies, but instead you're having a role a little bit like Extinction, where you have Assault, Medic, and Recon, where Assault will have an increase of armor and an armor box field upgrade. Later levels include the Assault Suit Munition, which is like a mini juggernaut, increased armor capacity, and free stims. Medic is allowing you to revive quicker with a Revive Pistol upgrade for ranged instant revives like ballistic knife style. Later levels include a free bomb drone and free claymores and anti-tank mines. And Recon is a kit focused on better equipment usage with a snapshot pulse field upgrade to see nearby enemies. And later levels include restocking lethals and tacticals over time, the ability to carry extra equipment, and a free heartbeat sensor and spotter scope, including in the backpack. Now, these kits that you choose are leveled up by earning stars through missions and mission-related challenges, which gives all 3 of these launch missions plenty of replayability, which I think is amazing. This has a separate leveling system to multiplayer and Warzone that you can only get by playing these missions over and over. Now, when Season 1 rolls around on November 16th, there will be another new Special Ops mission that will be added in, and Call of Duty recommend completing all 3 missions with 3 stars and have at least 1 kit leveled up to tier 5 before raids, a direct continuation of the campaign, are introduced to Special Ops later in Season 1, being an addition in Season 1 Reloaded. So they really are pacing out all of the content they have planned for this game, and it sounds like there really is going to be a meta where you'll really want to have replayed Spec Ops a lot in order to level up all these kits. It sounds really good that they've actually gone back and realized what can they do to make these missions more replayable, because once you beat all of the originals in Modern Warfare 2019, there was no incentive to replay these ever again. But this time, it sounds like there is a lot of emphasis on replayability, which is exactly what these Special Ops missions needed. The timeline of all of the content coming for Special Ops is that when the game launches next week, you will have 3 Spec Ops missions to play at launch. November 16th, multiple new Special Ops missions will launch alongside Season 1, and then December 14th is when raids will arrive with Season 1 Reloaded, where Special Ops will receive the very first episode of raids for operators to master, which I am so excited for, which essentially is the Easter egg mode, where it's going to be a several hour-long mission with 3 players completing puzzles and Easter eggs. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of metas and a lot of strategy involved. I'm really, really excited for this. In the grand scheme of all of the content that's being offered with this game, raids to me feels like hardly anyone is paying attention to this mode, and I think it's a real shame. I really hope that we get to see some gameplay, some more marketing of this mode, because it sounds like a really big deal, and I cannot wait to see what's going on with this. We know this is all going to be taking place within the world of Al Mazrah, and this blog post has also mentioned that there are not 1, not 2, but 3 absolutely gigantic worlds that are going to be within Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. Al Mazrah, of course, is the main one where several core and ground war maps will be based in this region, and that's also where we'll see the DMZ mode and potentially some parts of Special Ops. But there are 2 other huge worlds, and another is a major place of interest called Las Almas, which is within the campaign. It's a Central American region with a similar footprint size to Al Mazrah. The multiplayer will host a similar split of core and ground war maps, and the third is just labeled as the rest of the world, which is a mixture of places within the campaign and completely outside of the entire main storyline, which round out the Modern Warfare 2 universes with a glimpse of what's happening outside of those 2 worlds. We haven't got details on how many weapons there's going to be in the game at launch, with 33 unique weapon platforms available to unlock through the military ranks, with each weapon platform containing up to 6 weapons, which can be obtained by leveling up specific weapons within that platform, which means in total you will have 51 primary and secondary weapons to choose for a loadout, which consist of 10 assault rifles, 4 battle rifles, 7 SMGs, 6 LMGs, 4 shotguns, 6 marksman's rifles, 3 snipers, 1 riot shield, 5 pistols, 4 launchers, and 1 melee weapon. Like, god dang, that's a lot of weapons. And if you guys didn't realize, within the campaign there's also campaign rewards that you can earn by finishing the campaign, and you'll earn a ton of cool rewards. You can see them on screen, but some of them is like a calling card, emblems, you get double XP tokens, double weapon XP tokens. You also unlock new operators at the base level, such as Nova, Reyes, Hutch, and the signature weapon blueprint for Captain Price's signature weapon. And there is a very specific challenge which you need to do, which involves completing the campaign on either veteran or realism difficulty, which turns off all the HUD and lowers health for a true test of ability. I'm honestly really excited for this game because it just sounds like it has something for everyone. There is so much content coming with this game that every sort of player, whether you're interested in multiplayer or Warzone or like some sort of survival thing, you are going to be in for a treat. And there's certainly going to be a lot of stuff for us to cover here on the channel with Spec Ops, DMZ, raids. It's going to be a good year for us. Let me know what you think of all of this in the comment section down below, and be sure to subscribe because the next videos you see here on the channel will be Modern Warfare 2 campaign videos, which I'm really, really excited to get into.